Hello, community. Thought I would share a video with you. It's been a while, at least a couple of years since I've posted any content, but I think it's time. So my wife and I on the weekends typically go for about a 5 mile walk, and we had gone on our typical walk and cut through one of the side streets just to walk a different route. And there was a driveway that we were approaching, and I noticed right away there were 6 long boxes. Sometimes you get your hopes up. You think there's comics, but other times it turns out that they're not. People just store random items in there, or they're magazines. However, there were comics, and there was a big sign that said Geek Giveaway. So I walked up the driveway and inquired about the books. And the gentleman who was giving them away was in fact giving them away. He didn't want anything for them. However, he wanted to share it with anybody who was interested. So I had asked at one point if I could walk home, which was about half a mile away, get my truck and come back and get the 6 or 7 boxes that were there. And he said, "Oh, really, just take what you'd like." So I kind of got the hint. So much to my wife's dismay, she helped me carry home about 200 books. I grabbed the ones, he had them categorized, and I grabbed the ones which I thought maybe were some of the best, or ones I didn't have, or ones that I had liked. So I'm going to share those with you. I'm going to do them by groupings. So some of the runs. Today it is Harley Quinn. There's a few random books, and then there's most of her first series. And then it's been a while since I've gone through any books, and I'm trying to recategorize and all that fun stuff. So I think I'll also share just some random books that I pull out of my collection, because it's kind of revisiting it, and it's fun for me as well, because I haven't seen these books in quite a while. So on one note, before we get started, I did walk home, went back with my truck and one of my sons to help me with the 7 boxes, and we were probably home maybe probably took us about 10 minutes total. Drove back, and the table was there, the sign was there, and the long boxes were all gone. The owner was pulling back up. I guess he had ran an errand, and he was a little dismayed because, again, he wanted to share it with the community and not just one individual. However, he did have some books, which I'll get into later, that he offered me, and so it worked out. All right, so getting to the haul, the New 52 Harley Quinn Zero, just a nice cover, not really worth much. And New 52 number 1 Harley Quinn. And there was this, the Harley Quinn Our Worlds at War number 1 from 2001. I just like that cover. And of course, I like Harley Quinn, so it's one of the stacks or sections I grabbed. So in the first series, we have Harley Quinn number 1, which has some value in her own, her first ongoing series. And we have number 2. We have number 3, which is the Sleepover or Pajama Party. And it's the first meeting of Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. Kind of a cool cover. This is number 4. And it's the first introduction of the quintets, her henchmen, or henchwomen, or hench people. And then we have the origin of Harley Quinn, with her time at Arkham Asylum and how she became Harley Quinn. I'm just going to adjust this camera just a bit. I apologize for the shakiness. And we have number 6. These are just great covers. Terry Dodson, and then there's Rachel Dawson. I think had done the lettering or inking for them. They're just great covers. Here's number 7 with is a Big Barda. I like how the UPC label is kind of off kilter. I have number 8. And number 9, which is the first cover appearance of Bud and Lou, her hyenas. And actually, going back to number 4 with the introduction of quintets, that was the first appearance of Bud and Lou. It's just an iconic cover. Harley Quinn as Batgirl. And number 11. Number 12. And 13. And we have 14. It's a great Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn cover. And most of these books, or all the books actually, none of them were bagged or boarded. They were all loose, and most of them are in pretty good shape. Definitely higher than mid-grade, probably in the 8.0 to 9.4, 9.6. It's Harley Quinn 15. And I asked the gentleman why he was getting rid of him, and he just said he needed to make room. And his wife would be happy, and that's all he offered. Number 16. Number 17. Which whose wife wouldn't want their significant other to get rid of their collection, because it does take up quite a bit of room. However, I don't think any of us have actually gone the step of getting rid of anything. Harley Quinn number 18, or at least I know I haven't. 19. It's a homage to Norman Rockwell painting, and it's actually homage to Superman 38, which is from 1946. The style you see there, like Dodson Kessel, is written like Norman Rockwell, how he signs his paintings. It's pretty cool. And 20. And 21. And 22. I think there were 38 books in this run. 23. I actually included with this, there was not the last several issues. However, I do have the last issue 38 somewhere in my collection. It just wasn't part of this. And then 24. 25. 26. And the last in that collection, number 27. And then going back through my collection, pulled a few books out that I found. We have Heroes for Hire number 1, Luke Cage. We have X-Men 121, the first full appearance of Alpha Flight. And one of my favorite Batman covers, 235, which I believe is the second Talia al Ghul. But I just love this cover. And then Strange Tales 111. The second appearance of Doctor Strange, first Asbestos Man, and the first Baron Mordo. And then you see there's quite a bit of chipping here. I bought this book several years ago for under $100. So Let's continue to hold on to it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. And then finally, we have Monstrous #1. Well, I thank you for joining me. I hope to see all of you back soon. Please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And I'll be sharing more from the haul and just random books from my collection. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.